You
What's
got
good,
to go.
beautiful people? It's your main man, Big G, here on Industry Talk, and welcome to Primetime Pod, the hottest information resource outlet for all things entertainment, breaking news, celebrity interviews, and the hot topics of the day. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow us on all social media platforms, our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, you name it, we're on it. Just Google us. Boss Talk Podcast 101, Primetime.
Okay. And shit. Prime time five. Make sure you check it
How a lot of folks think he missing. He say that. Now I'm not trying to get a little messy with you.
Time is money.
They go trap.
My brother Melvin Farmer.
What's going on, Big T?
Yes, indeed.
Man, everything is great, man. I'm glad to see
Hey,
my
hey,
brother,
hey,
man.
what's going on, fellas? What's going on, my brothers? Can y'all hear me?
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, I hear you clearly.
Okay,
I hear
good.
you
I just
clear.
want to make sure before we get started, I got two special guests in the building today. I got Mr. Melvin Farmer and Mr. Terry Allred. I appreciate both of y'all coming on. You know, we brothers in this thing. We've been rocking for a minute, and we got a whole lot of shit that we gonna clear the air today. How
We
about
cleared
that?
the air today.
We lighten it up today, man. We gonna get fact over fiction, man. All this verbal gymnastics over these internets, man. We gonna make it a little bit more serious and put a face to what we talking about.
That's right. That's right.
Put a face to it. That's right. That's right. Yes, indeed. So, look here, man. I'm gonna give a little bit of a background because for folks that don't know, may not necessarily know, we're sitting on the panel with two individuals who actually should have been serving life. Both of you had went before the penal system, and Terry, you had 32 years. Melvin, you had what, right at 24 to 25 years?
No,
What
was your
sentence? What I had a 35-year to life sentence up under
35 year to life.
Right. 35
Right.
plus a consecutive life for $2 worth of drugs. And
Yeah.
it's a contrast because what we want them to know, Terry is a federal prisoner, ex-felon.
Right.
I'm state, so it's a double treat. We'll get to hear how they work in the state system and the federal system, where it's two different prongs to get found guilty as well as to come back and be home to sit in front of us. So we're with a club called the Lifers Club, a fraternity of all men. Amadou Diallo, any of them you name them, Mumia, Larry Hoover, anybody that's a lifer. We're in a whole different category as opposed to a determined sentence, 18 years. We could have died in prison where our sentence was to die, particularly in the federal prison where you don't come home. So this is very important on what we're talking about today.
yes, it is.
Right.
I agree.
Right. So, Terry,
Yeah.
and Melvin brought it up. He said that you served federal time.
Yeah, I did.
Tell me which were you in the state prison serving federal time, or were you in a federal institution serving federal time?
Yeah, I was in the federal institution serving my time. I was serving life without parole.
Okay. Right. And that was
I
over
was
6 ounces.
6
Oh,
ounces.
crack.
6 ounces of crack. Yeah, they gave me life without parole.
So
6
I mean,
ounces.
I'm trying to figure out how they hung that jacket over you for just 6 ounces of dope, though. That's I've been trying to figure that part of it out too.
Right, likewise. I've tried to figure it out myself, going through the court system and getting sentenced and all that. It was unbelievable. I never ever thought that I would get no life sentence. For some drugs. 6 ounces of crack. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they do to you when they want you off the streets.
But not only that, let me add on to the law why that occurred in the cocaine gang. That law came out in the 80s after Bataram, asset forfeiture, all the things when blacks started having money in the inner cities. Also at that time, Terry, and he knows, you could get a life sentence for crack cocaine, which was predominantly in the inner cities, but you still could get caught with a ton of cocaine If it was powder, you wouldn't get but 10 years. So
Right.
you had a discrepancy to where this law, just like my state law, the 3 strikes law, was created to help perpetuate this new industry, which was prison. In his case, he got a life sentence without for less than 6 ounces. 5 ounces was the number that would get you a life sentence. And it only targeted Black men and the poor when it came to drugs. And they went and changed wobblers, in his case, 6 ounces, to where he did 32 years. And I've read his paperwork with Obama denial, Trump denial. He's had a lot of denials from high-level judges, and nobody cared that it was a non-violent, non-serious offense. And to get 32 years and then come out and don't be financially rewarded. You went in where they gave you $200 and then come out with $200, and that's all you got. So I just wanted to put that in there, that it was a discrepancy in the sentences to even get him there, where they got a life sentence for 6 ounces, whereas in Harry O case, freeway wreck cases, they got pardons. He didn't. He should have never got that amount of time, and that's serious business right there.
Right.
Well, Obama denied him, but Trump did pardon him. Eventually,
Yeah,
Trump did pardon him, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
the
Isn't that right
second
there?
time around. Yeah.
The second time,
Yeah.
but he denied him the first round and let out the other ones who had 200, 300, 400 kilos, thousands of kilos of cocaine, and made him, when I read his paperwork, like he's a drug kingpin and he shouldn't get out. That's
Right.
what they don't know. They denied him numerous times. This man could have been out over 30. Every time it was a pardon, they could have looked over him. So a lot of times, let's not look at just the pardon, but look at the history. Who cared about him? His family. I've been around this man. His sister worked with Bootsy Badass and everything else in South Carolina. And this man's a good man, but he shouldn't have did 32 years, because no amount of time can get back that time we lost with our mother. Am I right or wrong?
And that's right. You're definitely right, bro. You know, and like I say, I never, like I said, I never thought that I end up with a life sentence for that. But you know, I understand the game. That just like when I found my everything, my written everything to the Obama, to trying to get out and whatnot. You know what I'm saying, bro? Now I know why, because they using kingpin stuff undercover that I never knew nothing about until I got the paperwork being denied. Talking about I was a drug dealer kingpin and all this and then the third, but I'm not no drug dealer king. How's I'm a drug dealer kingpin? I'm charged for 6 ounces. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But they use a lot of stuff just to hold me inside the system. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I sold drugs and I was, I'm making, did what I did, but I didn't deserve that. I don't think I deserve that. You know what I'm saying? No life sentence.
Not 32 years. That's
Yeah,
right.
and I ended up doing
Right,
32
right.
years.
Okay, well, look. Yeah, well, the beautiful thing about it is both my brothers is home. Both my brothers is walking free, doing their thing. And tonight we was going to talk with Melvin about a few topics, and I'm going to jump into them right now. Let me start off with guns down, the worldwide epidemic. Talk to me, Melvin.
This is a documentary, a cause-driven documentary that's won 53 awards across 7 continents. It was written, created, and produced by Terry C. Carney. I'm a director. I helped create it and produced it. We started this 5 or 6 years ago, where we just was talking about what we could do to bring awareness to gun violence and mental health in marginalized communities, and what we could do, not only marginalized communities, but senseless gun violence was actually the real name, a world epidemic, senseless gun violence. We got Ice-T as executive producer, Swab Churchill, vice president, Platinum City Golden West Entertainment. And like I said, we won numerous film festival awards. Now, May the 7th, we started streaming on Google, Amazon, Prime Video, Peacock, and Apple TV. So we got a 4-month period to where they would get the viewers, the numbers, and then we'll go from there to Netflix. And that's how that documentary came out. We're going to schools to where we can stream it. It's best to go on Amazon, Google Amazon, because there's no commercials, and you can hold a panel at the colleges to talk about it because it addresses mental health as well as suspect, victim, witness, and everybody gets to have their words. So it's not just about putting guns down. It's them digging it. We're saying have a look at gun violence. And nothing senseless to me when it comes with murder, because there was a purpose behind the murder. It might seem senseless. So that's what this about. Like I said, been a 5-year project. And ironically, Black media outlets, audio, video, or print, they don't want to help support or put it out there. And that's strange. And it's not strange, it's politics, because they haven't done it. If it had been a rapper, actor, or anything else, you'd have been given accolades talking about your dead homie and Tupac. But because of the politics involved, where we're doing something from a grassroots standpoint, and you got millions of dollars funneled off, billions around the world, United States, for gun violence in this, and it hasn't changed nothing from George Floyd to Pink Floyd. We're just trying to do what we do, and we think we should be given more recognition than what we're doing from the Black communities, as well as hip hop, rap, and all the other platforms that's out there. And it's good that your platform is giving us the opportunity to put it out there.
And you guys were just in Memphis, if I'm not mistaken. You, Terry, Ayatollah Marv, Carlos Parks. It was a coalition of individuals that touched down in Memphis to sit there and rally the troops and mobilize.
Yeah, that was
Tell me
a lot
about
of
that,
people.
Terry.
About the what?
About Memphis, when y'all touched down in Memphis.
Oh no, I didn't make that.
I made that trip.
Yeah, I didn't make that
Okay,
trip.
well, talk to me about the Memphis trip, Melvin. I thought you were there with him, Terry. I thought you made that trip.
No, I ain't get to make that trip.
Okay.
That was a trip where we were with Mayor Jones, which is the incumbent, the mayor of Memphis. But I'm an inhabitant of Memphis all my life. So when I go to the museum, I actually was there in the 60s, 68 or something, when King got killed. My mama took me there the day after. So my mama from Memphis, my sister born in Memphis, my mother from Mississippi. So I got roots down there dating back to 1 or 2 years old in the first outhouse. So we were down there for a Credible Messenger conference, along with Jeff Fort, Larry Hoover, and them out of Chicago, Growth and Development, GDs, a whole lot of, organizations. And we were with the mayor on Martin Luther King, June 20th. We marched, actually. Fred Hampton, Chairman Fred Hampton, met up, and we all, Ayatollah Marvin, and we was talking about gun violence, because that's an open carry state. I think that's where young Dolph got killed at, or in the cookie place. We know that family. We were there, talked to them. In fact, we're on the way out there where they had a double murder at a club we had went to when we were out there. And a couple of weeks ago, internal incident happened, which a lot of people don't know because they're too busy watching celebrities or whatever murder. When these type of murders occur, they never hear about them because their ears really not to the pavement. But 2 young men lost their life. 5 of them was shot. And we're headed back out there to try to not resolve the issue, but to bring back awareness and see what we can do to create dialogue. So that was what's going on in Memphis. That was January 20th when we went out there. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Terry, this is for you, because you just getting back from, where were y'all in
Fayetteville, North Carolina.
We all in
Fayetteville.
Y'all Fayetteville, North Carolina. Fayetteville.
Yeah.
Okay. and the baby was performing.
Yes.
And of course, one of our artists that's working under your management arm, Dia Moore Carolina, got an opportunity to jump out on the stage. Give me a little bit of background about how the event went and her performance, and what a great opportunity it was for her to actually jump on the stage and open up for the baby.
Ain't no doubt. Yeah, she did great. You know what I'm saying? She very known throughout the Carolinas. And she a straight hustler, you know what I'm saying? And she gravitated to the stage, the people and all that. So she had a great performance yesterday, man. Everybody did great, you know what I'm saying? And she launched, I like about her because she a so never hustle, she already, before she was doing all this, she got her shoe brand, she got a sweat stuff, things like that, you know what I'm saying, representing the ladies, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. And she did great, but the show was good. And I respect the baby even more because it started raining and thunder and lightning, bro. That bro stayed out there on the stage until it was over. You know what I'm saying? So I respect that about an artist like that. He didn't let it fade him or nothing. Didn't nobody move either. A lot of people left, but it was a great performance, man. I really messed with him after that. You know what I'm saying? Because he put it down. A lot of people, everybody running to the car. But a lot of people stayed. But it was a great experience with me too, seeing all the different cultures and stuff like that. People coming out, you know what I'm saying, representing and putting down their demonstration and whatnot. It was a great scenery. And it was really great. And she do R&B, she do country, you know what I'm saying? She rap, stuff like that. I got a few other artists and looking for more, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. So look, since we all on here and we all talk from time to time, we chime in with each other. Melvin, this is for you because we need to get some clarification on some things. You know what I'm saying? Because people might have a misunderstanding about what took place. So we see the opportunity for us to actually clear the air. There's a viral video of a Mexican fella. He looked like he was Mexican that had assaulted a young lady on the street out where you stay in LA. And as a result of him attacking this young woman, you jumped into action and defended her. Okay, so give me a little background on that, and let's let the public know the backstory on what really happened with that situation, because there might be some misinterpretations about what actually developed and what actually happened. You see, all they saying is Melvin Farmer out there in the street knocking the shit out of motherfucker. So so give a little background. I mean, we can laugh about it now, but in the heat of the moment, it was serious.
Yeah, he saved the person.
Background on it, Melvin.
No, I'm on parole from Georgia for 83 years, so I'm on an interstate compact. I have to be supervised, halfway house, staying with somebody, but they better be able to find me, and it better be an address. So I'm over in this area here, and it's just the environment I am. It's Skid Row, a lot go on, a lot of violence, a lot of mental health, and it's really a place where you not only got to protect yourself, but sometimes you have to protect others that are less fortunate, or where somebody's bullying them or violating their civil rights. In this case here, we're in not an open carry state. You have weapons that could be on you. You have all type of things, and you have racial tension here where Latinos don't mess with blacks. In fact, they are in a whole nother area from here, and we're over on this side. So we got a different function as opposed to them. For instance, we have what you call SRO, single room occupancy. Those are housing for the homeless all over here. You got them all over. But when you send a black on the side where they hang out, they will stab, kill a regular, normal black person, man, woman, or child. That's they get out. So in this case, they had a Latino who was running around indiscriminately. Not only had hit a little girl, that was a girl, by the way, that was throwing the thing at him that he called himself gonna box with. Then he had hit an elderly black lady where he came and hit her from behind. And he hit a guy where we all know each other here, the security, they private, they working, everybody do what they do, keep they know. He had hit all of them black. And so I just said, I'm gonna go get his ass, take the camera. And I've set examples. I don't had not just one fight, I only had about 10 fights out here.
Right.
10 fights, 33 murders. That's how it is. And that's what it is. And I get a lot of respect because I don't stayed out here, stood my ground. I ain't went and got nobody. And it is what it is. And so that's what that was. He had been assaulting blacks and everybody, you know, hurly-gurly, and I'm going to put him down. And that's what happened. I'm active and activated. And I hope somebody would do it for my mother, because out here, Latinos do not kill each other. They carjack blacks. In fact, I won't say her name, but one of our sidekicks' daughter got her car taken by a Latino. They kill blacks, but we don't hear about that. But it's a lot go on when you're out here in the streets where you have to deal with the environment you're in. It's simple.
Right.
So that's what that was. I was protecting the young, the old, the elderly, and a lot of times I tell them to fall back because it ain't no point telling how far I'm gonna go into this where we could end up dead or in jail. So I tell them fall back. I got this. I don't need nobody. I got it. I'd have hit him in the front or the back, but I hit him in the back because I wanted it done, over with, and I knew what to do. Club him on his vertebrae and hit him right in his temple with his palm, and he dropped it. And that's exactly what happened. 1-2.
1-2.
Yeah. So
that's it.
Yeah.
So you had mentioned it, Melvin. So let's jump into it. You're talking about homelessness and mental health. I mean, so let's segue into that a little bit and deal with. And I'm gonna jump into it with you too, Terry, because I'm sure you're dealing with homelessness in Greensboro. You see it as well. It might not be as prevalent as Skid Row out in California, but you see it. So talk to me. Yeah. So talk to me, Melvin, first about your take on it and what you're dealing with and seeing people dealing with mental health issues on a regular, consistent basis out in LA. And then Terry, you follow up as well.
Well, I work with Karen Bass, that's the mayor, and she appropriates the funds to go for the homelessness, 132 million or something like that. So I'm right there to where, since I'm a participant, we not only do that, I volunteer, serve. 4 o'clock, I get up and help them where we give overnight safe passage, midnight mission where you sleep the men. If it's summer, they'll sleep on the ground. If it's winter, they get blankets. The women go in. That's safe shelter where they don't be out here in the streets late at night because of the lawlessness that go on. They're very subject to being brutally sexually assaulted or whatever. And so that goes there at 4 o'clock. 6:30, we feed 6:30 to 7:45, 12:30 to 1:45, 4:30 to 5:15, 45-minute intervals. We make sure we give out tents to where every week I might buy 1 or 2 tents to where somebody that's sleeping, a male or female, that doesn't have no shelter, we does that, serve coffee, provide the essentials, food, clothing, and shelter is what we do out there. We also address mental health, work with a lot of organizations where we try to get you in where you fit in. We do Netflix specials, we're doing documentaries. We got a lot of people that come over there, make sure that they stay hydrated because they on heat meds, certain degrees that make them have heat stroke. So we're cleaning it up to where we get the trash out. We see kids walking through rats, where every morning these kids got to walk through maybe a dead body, walk through rats. We have a couple of dollars like we lined up to feed them, to give them food, money to put in their pocket for ice cream. So it's like a community over here. It was 33 murders at the beginning of New Year's. It has dropped down. So we're making a difference over here. And the Olympics coming, so we're preparing for gentrification, which is going to occur. They're going to get rid of the undesirable. So we're trying to get them in where they fit in a lot of new buildings.
Mm.
Yeah, talk to me, Terry. Follow up with what's going on over there in Greensboro with the same type of situation.
Yeah, they got it's not the homeless. It's a lot, but it's not big like Skid Row, California. You know what I'm saying? But I noticed that they cleaning it up a little bit. You know what I mean? And that's just like with me. What I started doing myself is I go out. I go out and buy some food, cook it or whatever. Like every Thanksgiving, since I've been home, Thanksgiving, I cook my own food. I make me like about 50, 60 plates. And I go out and you know, put the plates up in the car, whatever. I go out myself and give out plates. I go in the alleys. I go where they laying on the ground, you know what I'm saying, where people ain't even going in these places looking for these guys. I'm going all the way in the gutter looking for them, and then you know to wake up, see a brother, anybody just laying there like that, man, nowhere to go, nothing to eat. You know what I'm saying? So, and when I come out that dog and they see and they see me, I got some. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeding people with my own money. With they people shouldn't have to live like that, man. Especially in America. You know what I'm saying? Richest country in the
Now,
world, and people living and on the streets. It should never happen like that, man. And it messed me up just to see, especially young teenagers and young girls. And
lot of
oh
young
man,
kids, lot of young kids out here,
I'm talking about. I never in my life seen the homeless thing. I never seen so many homeless young kids.
Now, the fact that you said that, is that because of folks dealing with just hard times, or is it really a mental health issue that we have to approach? You know what I'm saying, and discuss, because you know it's not like people just want to live on the street. It's not like they just something has happened in their life for that to actually have taken place.
Yeah.
Something tragic has happened. So
It's
talk to me.
in certain cases, not to cut you, let me just say this. That's not a true statement when you say they don't want to live on the streets. A lot of them get mental health money, Army veterans. A lot of them get 15, 3,000. You might pay rent only 4. And what I've noticed from my research and studies, a lot of them don't want help. So that is another true thing, Galen. It's a lot of them out here, Army veterans, but they've been mentally ill to where they probably don't know the difference. I know an old lady here that don't had 9 chances to go get SRO, that single room occupancy, get her apartment, only pay $4 a month. But goddamn me, she won't go, and she'll sit outside, brave that winter. We call it mopping the cement. They mop the cement. I mop the cement because I've had to sleep on the cement. But the notion that all of them, a lot of them want to be there, Galen, and it's nothing they could do or you can do because they have the right to refuse it. But a lot of them will sit there, and they are the ones that are mentally ill, running around doing things. They should be put in a facility of conservatorship instead of letting them run down there and get them in a controlled environment. So those are part of the solutions, as opposed to where we just talking about the problem. We bringing along the solution. You got a lot of them that should be put at least up under observation, because you got 3 ways you can put them in there: threat to themselves, threat to others, or nowhere to stay. Those 3 will get you in 5150, and a lot of times they turn themselves in to get the 3 days, especially when it's winter and it's raining and stuff like that. So a lot of times, if you've never really experienced the things that are going on there, you have to have somebody there, such as me or Terry, that are living that experience as to being from the outside. Because I'd say over 50% of them could be up out of there. I'm gonna say it's the percentage is 50-50 when you meet somebody. All of them have income. All of them have some type of income that will match them. If you low income, they're gonna get you in a $4 place. They're gonna provide you clothing doesn't. They're gonna provide you to eat. So your whatever low income you have, you'll be able to maximize it to where you got a little freedom if they
Right.
apply the program and the funding's right. So
Mhm.
that was just on that
Okay.
about
Let,
how.
let me ask you a question. Yeah, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this right quick, Melvin, because you are one of or are the original founder of A-Tray Gangster. It's been it's your name is anonymous. We know that that's you were one of the original founders. You ran with some of the original gangsters back in the day. Present day, okay, because I need to bring this topic full circle. You know what I'm saying? Because we're seeing where Larry Hoover has been, his sentence has been commuted on the federal level, but not on the state level. So it's still a fight there with Hoover. You ran with Tookie back in the day. So give me the concept of what the gang structure, the Crips from back in the day, the gang structure, what it was intended for, because you guys were kids, and what you see in present day with the organization and the community right now in the direction they're going. Talk to me about that.
Well, when we started, we were not only protecting ourselves from other gangs. You people
Yeah.
that's not from California, but they got it in all over. They've had gangs since the 30s, the 20s. So I've been
Right.
seeing gangs since I've been in first grade when I stayed behind a continuation school called Reese All Boys School and California High. Then it ended up turning into Bethune Junior High. So I've watched gangs fight from the Slausons and the businessmen. But when it came to Crips, we're talking 69, 70, 71. I'm 14, 13 years old. And on our side of town, we had cliques because we were integrating the white. But to make a long story short, we were formed to protect ourselves, but also to protect the community from which we resided, which was on the west side, all the way from the bottom of the west side, all the way up into the hundreds, the way you see gangs. So there was no cliques there. So that was the original plan. We were naive. Now we were also unified, unity. We had unity where all the Crips were together, west side, east side, Compton, and Watts. You had Tookie running the west side. You had Raymond Washington the east side. You had Mac Thomas, Watts, and over that way, and you had Mac Thomas, Lil James Compton. Those are the Mount Rushmores of this gang. They were 18, 17, 18, 14, 13. That's the oldest you're gonna see. Fast forward 50 years later, now you got them being called OGs, and you got 50 years where it's all over the continent, and it ain't unity no more. It's uniformity. You dress the same, you look the same, you talk the same, you do everything the same, but you're not together. It's every man for itself, and it really sad that we perpetrate these images and words and so forth about these gangs, women, sluts, hoes, and that's a representation what they think is a badge of honor or a passage on the dead homies, little niggas, and all this type of stuff. I ain't trying to go there. I'm trying to bring life and speak life into a young man's life. I'm putting it on the living homies and those that have survived and try to do what I can to give back and make it better for another person, not to go through what me and Terry went through and other ones like us. So I'm taking the glory out of the glorification of a lot of these stories.
Why? Because it got messed up?
Mhm.
Or you want me to raise
Okay,
it?
well, Terry,
Yeah.
let's in the follow up on what Melvin is saying. Um, you because both of you have served some serious time, right? And sitting in prison, it's about survival.
Right.
I remember hearing one situation where you coming straight into it, you having to stab up your cellmate what
Yeah.
16 times? I mean 16, 30 times. Give me the background on that story and tell me the why. What was really going on? Because obviously once you touch down, you in that cell, hey man, you acting crazy with me, it's either me or you. So give me the situation, man. What was going on with that?
Yeah, like I say, when I came to Lewisburg penitentiary, 88, 89, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, when I came out of the shoe and all my homeboys with it, they waiting on me and everything, cause they've been trying to get me out. So they take me to the yard. And like I said, they give me the rules of, you know, about the penitentiary, what goes on and this and then the third. Like I say, so they told me about a situation that they was letting me know that the cell that you going in, it's a guy that he be trying to turn young men's out and this and then the third. And I said, what? You know what I'm saying? And so I said, well, listen, I'm not gonna never go in no room with nobody like, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing time. I'm not never going in a room with nobody like that. That's what I let them know. Yo, if I got to go down there, I'm taking the cell. You know what I'm saying? So I got life without parole, and I'm a young man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going for nothing. So and what they did was they told me, well, you just can't just because we just can't let you go like that. You know what I'm saying? We got to, you can't just jump on a, do something to somebody from different state. It's a car life. It's a respect thing. So what they did, we formed a meeting with the Oklahoma guys. You know what I'm saying? And they already wanted them off the yard. So we sat down with them and I let them know, look, man, I'm letting y'all know now, if I go up in this cell, I'm gonna have to take it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And nobody trying to harm me in no type of way. So they already wanted the dude off the compound anyway, whatever he been doing or whatever. So they gave me the green light. You know what I'm saying? They gave me the green light to do what I do. But you got to understand this, right? I got a life sentence. If I would have said that I'm going back to the shoe that I ain't finna do nothing, they would have killed me right there. You feel me? See, people don't know that. You can't go out and these penitentiaries playing because you know what I'm saying? I ain't want to be in prison under this stuff, but you got to understand, they would have killed me right then and there if I would have said I'm going back to the shoe or I'm not going to put up no fight or anything like that there. But you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't gonna do that anyway. They wouldn't even know my thoughts. So I let them know, yo, where's the knives at, bro? You know what I'm saying? Where the knives at? You know what I'm saying? So they presented me,
Right,
they
right.
presented me with everything. So like an hour later talking to them, I let them know, well, I'm ready to go and handle my business, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So I went to the unit and this older guy, he was uh I don't know if y'all what's his name? Y'all, this is a real known mobster guy, named Herbie, the Italian guy. No, he let me know that my room was right here. I mean, that said was right down the walk on the left hand side. So I got two knives. So when I go to the cell, I didn't walk in. I waited, just chilled out on the wall. So I was so happy this dude come out, old big old guy. They lift weights. All I'm talking about crazy. Nigga looking like Hulk Hogan and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm 5'7". You know what I'm saying? So uh he said, yo, Younce, he said, you coming to this cell, right? I said, yeah, they got me signed to the cell. So he don't know where we walking into the cell, I'm already got my hands on my junk. So when he turned his back, I laid my stuff on this little table. And once he turned his back, man, I just got all over him, bro. I started putting the gun holes in him, you know what I mean? So that was the only opportunity for me, you know what I'm saying, to be safe. You know what I'm saying? Because these guys at Lewisburg back in them days, bro, Lewisburg was the worstest penitentiary in the world. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, they were shooting HBO specials about the whole prison and all this sort of stuff. So I hit him up 16 times. I had to hit, well, I didn't know how many times I hit him, but I hit him up it was 16 times. And he didn't tell on me. He didn't tell the people, you know, who did what, this and then the third. I didn't go to the shoot or nothing like that. So, and that's how that's played. You know what I'm saying? So I had to take care of my business. You know, that's my first time. And then they kept me in the shoe until I turned 23. You know what I'm saying? Because back then, was number 5 penitentiaries in the feds, and they had an age limit on all of them. So I'm going to shoot, because they won't let me out on the pound. Not only that, I'm up under the new law where you serving 85% of your time. You know what I'm saying? So in a lot of guys that I come in the system with, they was up under the old law. You know what I'm saying? A life sentence, you get out in 10 years. You know what I'm saying? 15 years, you know what I'm saying? So when they was hearing my situation, they was blown away, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, I got life without parole for 6 ounces, and which was crazy, but I wasn't going for nothing, you know what I'm saying? So that's how that happened. And now I'm home. I made it home. Got, you know, Trump looked out for me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Pop and
yeah,
whatnot, you know. So I had to file for that.
yeah.
I
And
filed.
we've talked, and I just brought that up because I know you got a lot of horror stories. I don't like to bring
Oh yeah.
people back,
But see,
you know what I'm saying, to old situations, but you know,
right.
people really got to realize what you've actually gone through. Now, I think Melvin's phone might have went dead on him. So,
Right.
you know, we can sit there and get into it until he comes on back. But
Right.
people have to know what individuals go through once they get locked up, man. I mean, it's serious
Yeah.
business. I mean,
Serious
because not
business.
only are you locked up, your
Your
family's
whole
locked up
family
with
locked
you.
up.
You see what I mean? Because your whole family's
Yeah.
locked up. And they don't even know what you're going
Right.
through behind bars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's a whole different community, a whole different lifestyle, a whole different way of survival. And they will never understand what exactly you'd have to go through from time to time. And that's every day. Every fucking day you wake up, you got to have this mentality and this mindset. You know what I'm saying? That anything could happen, anything could go down. You know what I'm saying? From
Right.
child line, the goddamn being on the telephone, or whatever the case may be, somebody could have something crazy on their fucking mind, and now the whole goddamn compound is in the uproar.
Yeah.
So
Every
you
day.
know, every day, and also
Yeah.
you were locked up with what's the boy's name? Tony Roberts. Was it Tony Roberts?
Who?
The preacher. What's his name?
Oh, Jim Baker. But Jim Baker.
Jim Baker. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jim
I was locked
Baker.
up.
Jim
But
Baker.
I've been locked up with a lot of. I know I'm locked up with Nikki Scarfo, Matuda Shakur, a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I'm locked up with a lot of known well people in here. You know, and they took me up under their wing too. Nikki Scarfo.
Okay. Terry dropped out on me. Melvin, you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Terry, I think Terry's phone just dropped out on him too. But we'll get him back here in just a second. So Melvin, let's talk about your brother, because you wanted to make mention to Michael Concepcion. I don't know if it's Michael Concepcion or Michael Concepcion. You can correct me. And him being the music mogul.
It says Michael Concepcion.
Michael Concepcion.
Michael
Concepcion. Okay. A really good friend of yours, music mogul, been in the industry. So talk to me. Give me some background on what kind of things you guys have going on right now.
Well, I didn't hear what you said about Mike, but I can tell you, Mike is a founding member of the Crips when they started. He had a murder conviction at 15, him, Barefoot Pookie, Lavelle Fryson, when we were 15. In fact, it was the mayor of Inglewood now, brother, ironically. Then Michael's mother died of cancer at a young age, and then Michael got shot and paralyzed. And that's when he really started hustling with a third grade education, and he just started just hustling. Started off as a drug dealer, pimp, all that went through the whole nine, and he just started building himself to where he went in one day. He said, "Mel, got something to get us some money, man. We gonna go into hip hop." At this time, it was Easy, NWA, the start of hip hop, and Grand Jury Records was developed back then. That's when they made We All in the Same Gang, and on the East Coast, you had KRS-One and Boogie Down Production, Nothing But Self-Destruction. So that was our first. Then Dirty Rotten Scandals came, This for the Homies. Then you had Rome, the Isley Brothers, Philanthropy. Then he went with Teddy Riley. So right now, I'm gonna have a podcast called Mic Drop Diplomacy. He's already called me last night and said he will be a guest on mine, nobody else. You know, if he was to speak, he'll go on World Star or something like that. But also he's Top Dog Entertainment, TDE. That's his nephew, and Kendrick Lamar and them are his nephew. So he got Top Dog Entertainment also. He's the last man standing when it comes to hip hop. Probably the biggest one. He worked with Teddy Riley for 6 years, Dan Russell Stillman, and he's gonna help me do what I got to do to get where I'm going in life, to pull me on out. He says it's time for you to get out the streets. And he always say that. I just never take him up on this offer. But this time, yeah, he just coming to pull me on out and get out with him. So it's a great opportunity, and people really get to hear a phenomenal story, the Michael Conception story, because there's no doubt the level we play at and the influence he is hip hop. We brought MC Hammer in. We hear a lot of, we hear people talking that don't even know Mike about did he pressure this or did he pressure that. Let me tell you, he introduced Teddy Riley to Michael Jackson. That's how he met Michael Jackson, and the association of Michael Jackson being around Crips comes with affiliation. Also, Pumps in the Brunk or whatever MC made back then, he paid Michael Conception $93,000 back then, which was a phenomenal amount of money for to help him make that. So Mike was in the forefront and the head of the game. Also, he paid for Terry Carter's funeral. That's who got killed by Suge. A lot of people didn't know that. Terry Carter, a lot of them, you be a certain age, you don't be able to have insurance because it's very hard to get. What I'm seeing once you're 65, as you know, Galen, although you're not, but they got a policy where it's a cold thing when you're 65 years old and a black man in America. They won't give you no insurance. And you think they, they don't care. So it's very important that you get it so made that you have insurance, and that way you don't have to go and do a GoFundMe, big Friday, car wash Sunday. No, that's very important. They don't know Mike buildings in the community. He got schools in the community. Not only him, you got a lot of people that are doing things. But in Mike, nobody.
Melvin, check your mic. Check your mic, Melvin. You're breaking up a little bit, Mel.
Hold on.
All right.
So that's what's going on with him. He's helping me out. He's gonna open my to give it that to it, which he agreed to do it. And he said, "I'm gonna just start steer your career a little bit more, Melvin. You know, you've always been a talent. You just hard-headed or don't want to do it. And you know how I am. I don't even look at social media or care too much. So you hear a lot of people talk about, oh, we can cancel this. A lot of times you can cancel somebody that social. You know, anybody could be anybody on social media. But when we're talking about what you're doing to give back or what are you doing as a productive citizen, a lot of them ain't doing nothing but sitting around using the monetization or getting money off the internet for sound bites and like, and I don't do that. I don't make a dime. Never.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this because, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know the politics of LA. I don't even try to pretend like I know. That's why I talk to you. That's why I talk to Ayatollah. You know, that's why I talk to Cherry. Give me the background on Michael Conception and his thoughts of what's going on with Big U, because I know he came underneath that banner with the Rolling 60s and everything that's going on over there. I know he's got some sway with those situations, but Big U's finding himself in a situation where he's facing RICO, murder charges, and the whole 9 yards. How is that playing out in LA right now?
Nobody even talking about that, but them on the internet, nobody thinking about he just somebody in jail. The only people that you see concerned about that are those that are on the internet just read transcripts because none of them go to court. So what you're seeing perpetuated and the propaganda on there, ain't nobody even thinking about Big U on the streets. It's out of sight, out of mind. But let me tell you about Michael Conception and his thoughts as far as the internet being seen publicly or being talked about. He don't do none of that. Don't want none of that. He's background. But he did say he gave them all advice. Big U, Suge Knight, NWA, all of them he don't been around. He say they didn't listen. He told them about the getting on the internet, trying to be they didn't leave the streets alone. Michael Conception is a stickler about not messing around. You can't play both sides of the fence. And Mike ain't did nothing but gave everybody, a whole lot of people opportunities where Mike tell me, he say, Melvin, never ask no Negro for no money, ever. He said, you use your skills and your talents to go to them white man and get some of their money. Also, Mike's a real estate agent to where when you get him or when I get him on my show, we ain't gonna be talking about we're gonna be talking about businesses. I know that when Mike first started, everybody around him, they got when he first started, I refused it because I was doing my own thing. But Mike gave everybody around him new apartments to run with, at that time, V12 600s. Whatever they were riding in the years of having money, the 80s, the 90s, that's what you got for working with Mike. And he started like he just gave me a tip. He said, Melvin, there's some condominiums for $95,000 that you can buy in Texas, put $5,000 down, 600 rent what you charge them. You charge 600 to note, 1,800 what you charge them. I don't went and bought 9 of them, Melvin. And what you do 2 years from now, we already know it's gonna be worth $250,000. And that's what he said. Mike don't got a lot of money off of real estate and investments, houses and mansions. He just moved to Calabasas, got another house up for $20 million that he built for that. Yeah, this is the type of money Michael Conception had. When you're talking to him, you're talking millions of dollars. Kendrick Lamar was over there one day and he said, Mel, come look at what Kendrick gave. It was a plum colored Benz, reverse suicide doors, because we got a thing when he first got his first Rolls Royce, when he ordered from Detroit, we always talk about it back in the day, he ordered a Azure and he paid $200,000. This was the 80s. And he ordered it. I'm there, Champagne Pete. So I'd say, as usual, let me drive it and see if you got the stick thing, because he can't, you know, you have to have the control on the thing. That's when I know it's his car. And we always got a thing, because I used to drive him and I know how to drive with that. And so, yeah, I'm very protective of Mike. Very protective. What I mean by that, a lot of times somebody will say something about Mike out his presence, and Mike will say, well, Mel, or anybody, what did you do when they said something about me? And the answer better be, I spoke up. Or else he gonna say, he ain't gonna want you. You're a planner and a plotter. So I got a very good front seat to where I know about everything go on with Mike, where I've been around him. Just like I got a front row seat with Lil Durk. That's a privilege to where we're here. I'm talking about Lil Durk case. But when I'm in that courtroom, it's something that people don't see that saddens me. And that's a victim where I seen a black girl that wasn't with Dirt now. I'm sitting with Dirt now, but my heart went out to a black girl who's probably what they accused of murder of. And that had to be that family member. And I see her isolated with all white police, the FBI. Terry know what I'm talking about when they split the police over here and your family over here. You'll see police undercover. You never could think it's police. Am I lying, Terry? When the feds come at you, you don't know who they come hard. And it hurted me to see who's talking for this girl here, because I'm just an unbiased arbitrator. And I didn't feel right. I'm up here with the type of things you don't get to see when you're not actually in the courtroom, where you can feel and see the other thing, put a human element on it somewhere nobody would even think about bringing up. So that's another part. What I didn't like is to see her. She suffered from trauma and she lost a loved one. So that's all about put the guns down, where we're not only addressing the suspect, the victim, and the witness. Everybody has rights when it comes to this: the right to sue, the right to prosecute, the right to defend, the right to testify. And I just like to make sure that these rights are held across the board. That's what a civil rights activist do. I look for flaws where somebody's civil rights are not being violated. Then I put that pen, black ink to white paper equal green money to me. And that's my get out. I take notes. I like that. I like doing civil rights. So I'd always look at it from a civil rights and an overall standpoint, where I don't just look at one person. I look at everybody's situation.
So, Brother Terry,
Yeah.
we've been talking for a good minute, and so we're gonna close out here because we've been going at it for right at about an hour. And I got another meeting here shortly, and I'm glad to have both y'all on. But Terry, I want you to give a little breakdown on how you actually got out. You know, a lot of people don't know how many writs you had to actually write and who you had to sit there and go before.
But first of all,
to actually
when you talking about,
talk to me about that.
Yeah, first of all, you talking about writing rich and stuff like that to get out of prison. You got to have a profile. You know what you've been doing inside the prison system. You know what I'm saying? So you got to
Right.
build. You got to build
Yeah.
a lot of great stuff, education and programs, and you know what I'm saying. The thing that you just can't write stuff up and don't have nothing to show. So by me doing the time that I did, I stayed in programming, and you know, getting certificates and all that stuff, and I kept them, and I kept them, and kept them. So I kept saying, "Damn, man, how's I'm gonna get up out of here? You know, I got to get up out of here, some type of way. You know, I'm doing too good. You know what I mean?" So I just put together my own written it up and all that thing, and sent it to Obama, trying to get a part. You know, trying to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I got out. So write my own writ. You got to have like I said, you got to have a profile that you doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to do a whole lot of time to get pardoned. You know what I mean? It's on the
Yeah.
president. But so happened with me, I end up did 32 years inside the prison system. You know what I'm saying? So I kept myself occupied, educating myself, going to school, this and then the third, doing a lot of great stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I got out. And boy, I'm glad to be home. You hear me?
Okay. Right. And since you've been home, you've been running. You've been
Oh yeah, I've been
sitting
doing a
there
lot of
making it
great
happen.
things. Yeah,
I've been watching the movement. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of great things. Like I say, trying to build my brain. I've been working with Freeway, working with you, working with Melvin. I've met a lot of great people, what I'm saying, since, being home and you know what I'm saying, and just trying to build and, just do great things, man. Cause when you do great things, you stay out. You surround yourself with right people, you're gonna be good. Because I'm telling
Yeah.
you, like we were just talking about, once you end up in that penitentiary, man, it's crazy. It
Yeah.
ain't no guarantee you coming home. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? People getting killed up in there every day, bro. Every day. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know how I was gonna get out. You know what I'm saying? But I know I wasn't gonna take the wrong route out, you know what I'm saying, or anything like that, like a lot of guys do, because the feds got so much crooked shit going on, don't make no sense. They do what they want to do. They even got a, that's why you see the program they got with the third party shit. You know what I'm saying? If a motherfucker can't get out the front door, he can get out the back door. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they
Yeah.
do. They create all types of stuff. And when you take that back door, it's gonna be exposed. Program ain't through. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be exposed.
Yeah.
So, you gonna either you got to do the right thing, man. You know what I'm saying, in order to make it up out of there. But it ain't no guarantee, because I went through a lot of shit.
Melvin, can you hear me, Melvin?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we gonna let you close it out, Melvin, since this was your platform today. And I want you to summarize everything that you have going on, because we talked about a lot of different stuff, but I want you to summarize everything that you have going on and what you're trying to present and what you're about to start presenting with your podcast, with Hidden Corners, and the positive attributes that you're doing, the things that you're doing to change the tide or turn the tide with your business and everything that you have going on in LA right now.
All right. Well, at the end of the day,
And don't forget, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but don't forget Kenyatta Sands with Positive Wear either, one of the clothing brands that you're working with right now.
oh yeah. Let's give. Also, we have items where I'm an ambassador with Positive Wear. That's Kenyatta. He's been around since Carl Kanai, one of the first urban cultural hip hop designers. He's been around since 1990, 91. We based here. He's a manufacturer of garments and a lot of stuff I wear. In fact, it's just a whole lot of things that he gives where we selling, where proceeds go up. And it's almost like an 80% discount. So we sell it at a relatively low price, fly stuff from all type of designers. That's Kenyatta Sands. We also got the Drew League, where I'm a basketball agent. That'll be opening June the 14th, where I got his son signed up for the Drew League. We got him. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to bring awareness and on all fronts and give back to the community, bring awareness to mental health, homelessness. Those are the two things I advocate for, as well as the criminal justice system and the reach back and to get a lot of these men out, but also to address the way I think other than active rappers and entertainers, we have people whose voices need to be heard that are doing just as much social justice and activism on the streets, if not more, than those that are hogging the airway and silencing other people's voices, particularly when it comes to media and the depiction of us as Black. And, I just think it's time that we as men stand up to challenge a lot of these guys, particularly Blacks that are advocating violence, perpetrating these images that are actually detrimental to these youth. And it looked like they unabated. I just think we have to address that and start creating our own black media where we're not sitting up here telling a white man our business, and just sad to see us as blacks and the things I see. So I don't even look at, so it don't even attract me at all. Even these shows though, I just try to do the work, and that speaks for itself. The work you do, you don't need no fanfare to do this. You just do what you do, and things will come.
Okay. So, and I like that shirt you got on, Terry. It looked real sharp. I like that Free Record shirt, man.
Thank you, bro.
Let me say
I bet
this.
you do. Where you get that shirt from, Terry? Let's see where you got it from.
I got it from the original.
Yeah, you got it from the Negro Talking.
Hey, yo. Hey, that's what hey. You gotta stop, man. Don't start that shit, man.
Go on and put the plug in for Galen. Hey, y'all. Hey, man, let me tell y'all about Galen while we talking and chopping it up.
Right.
Galen's son played for the Detroit Pistons. His wife is my basketball sidekick. His dog is my dog. I spent the night in their house. Galen's a good dude, man. He do a lot all over Mississippi. He steered me in the right direction. So we all have our ups and downs, but we all sit here and laugh. We all family, and this is what we're trying to convey. We ain't up here scripting it or nothing, man. We just trying to do what we can from 3 different perspectives, but all to come back and really give back to the community in which we reside. Then I'm a Mississippi boy too. Don't forget that. My mama from Coldwater. So I got California roots, but my soul is from the South. I got that vibe. That's how that goes.
Speaking of Mississippi, tell them about your granddaughter playing at Jackson State.
Oh yeah. Galen, you got to holler at my granddaughter. And Terry, you got to go check on my daughter. Her little hot ass ain't cold.
How's she doing?
You need to hear. Oh, she don't got a little hot now.
Oh,
you got to go
Lord.
break your knees down.
She's
Melanie don't went and took. I had to give her $1,300. I don't know how I stole it, but I got it.
Hey, she's still at the college over there?
Yeah, she's doing her final test at Winston-Salem. Pull up on her, man. The little helper ain't calling me. She calling everybody but me. I'm serious. Go over there and track the little help, my little baby down. I'm serious. I'm calling you after the show. You got to pull up. But no, man. I got a granddaughter, Kanaya Farmer. She's a soccer protege. She's playing for Jackson State on the soccer. She just come back from Mexico, 20 and under. Check her out, Galen. She do NIL deals too. She out here at BET. Then I have my other granddaughter, which is her sister, called the Farmer Girls, leaders of the new generation. She's a professional soccer player over in Monterrey, Mexico for Tigers. That's the UANL league. So I got 2 granddaughters, one a professional, went to USC, Natalie Bryan, partner. She just graduated class of 2025. And my daughter that's out there with Terry in North Carolina, she's finalizing being able to deliver babies. And this is her last year, and she'll be delivering babies. So all 3 of them is doing all right on that side, the women. Yeah.
Look, let me ask y'all this question. Let me ask y'all this question. This is real talk now. This real talk.
Hey, easy.
Because Melvin, you have a daughter, right? Terry, you have a daughter. All right. How does it work for individuals that are trying to date or be involved with your children, with your kids, with your daughters, and them knowing that both of you are killers? Let me not say killers, but let me just say infamous.
You said the right thing.
Goddamn,
Said the right thing.
Goddamn, when it comes to them, you, that's it. You
That's
can,
what it is.
Okay.
I can
Yeah.
make mine
Stop
quick.
playing, man.
I can answer that quick. My daughter ain't never introduced me to a man and told me I ruined her dating life because of who I am. And when they
Right.
find that out, because I swear, I've never met
The
a
same thing.
boyfriend. I ain't met no
Yeah.
man from my daughter. They say I ruined their life, and she don't like me for that. In fact, she say I would never. She say you lucky I'm claiming you as your daddy, but I would never date a man like you. I don't see how. Yeah, that's what my daughter told me.
Hey,
I ain't never met a man through my daughter. She's never introduced me in her life where it's been a man. But she say
Yeah.
this
Right.
never.
What
I've
about
never
you,
been
Terry?
I've never been introduced myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Same situation now.
Yeah, the same situation. You know what I'm saying? When people hear about you, they know you ain't going for nothing to come to the fam. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't
Yeah.
trying to be cutting up like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Right.
and I hate.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry my grandson's having too much fun with these pool balls.
But yeah, but everything is good. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like Melvin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They already know. They already know, and they keep us away from them because they know we not going for nothing. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So,
No,
but all I can,
a lot of times, particularly a guy on the street, he might not love everybody, but usually when you got a daughter and hold her in your arms and feel her heartbeat, that's a different story to a hardcore nigga. I've
yeah.
been in love with only one girl in my life. That's been my daughter. That's
Mhm.
been, I love my mom and them, but
Right.
boy, ain't nothing like the love of a father and his daughter. I'm telling you, I
Right.
love my daughter, and I
Right.
wouldn't took penitentiary chances for her all
And
my
she
life.
and she love
Right.
her daddy. You know what I'm saying? And for real, we talk. I met her. She a great person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Small, intelligent, all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Okay.
good people,
All
man.
right. All right.
Yeah.
Well, look, man, we're gonna have to make this a regular thing. The three of us getting on here and just chopping it up about
Yeah,
current
well,
events.
Terry, we might as well
Don't
tell it
stop.
this.
Listen, don't start
Terry,
nothing, bro.
hey,
I'm just
I got to cut. Hey,
wait a minute, man.
he ain't go. Hey, Terry,
Don't
he
start
ain't
it,
go with
man.
this regular
There you
shit.
go.
Well,
There you
you
go,
better
bro.
regular feed us a meal, some grits or something. You better order some Uber. Shit,
Hey,
nigga, I'm in a halfway house.
hey, man, you been in that joke. They just won't let you go, bro. What's up with that?
But you still on parole, Melvin. What you expect? You know what I'm saying? They got to monitor you because they know you're gonna go rob a bank or some shit. They already know.
Hey, yeah, and I'm still on probation too.
Yeah. Melvin, your mic went out.
Yo,
Your mic
we
went
can't
out,
hear
Melvin.
you.
I need to
Can't hear
hear
you,
everything
man.
you saying.
We can't hear you.
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
There you go.
monitoring myself. You ain't
Right.
got to. They wasting taxpayers' money. I'm scared straight. They don't need to keep me nowhere. Shit. Yeah, they can give me
You know
that
that's
money
some
easily.
Terry. That's some bull Terry. You know that's the
Yeah.
I'm
bullshit.
telling
You
you,
know,
I'm
goddamn well,
scared
whatever that
straight.
nigga
I've been
goes
out.
down somewhere.
That,
The first
hey, you know what? I've been out 10
person he
years,
asked you, where the
and I
pistol,
ought to be
where
able
the
to get
gate.
going right now.
Yeah. I've been out 5.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah, but they
Once I
don't
get
need to pay to parole me because my next arrest get me a life sentence up under the career criminal up under the federal
right.
guidelines. So I've been out 10
yeah,
years and
yeah.
I'm not even thinking about it. Because one
You
thing
can walk the
about it,
straight line.
you got to walk the street straight or else you're going to get T-rolled. You can't play
Right.
both sides of the fence. Either you in the game
Yeah,
in the streets or you out the streets doing what you can, but you can't do it both ways because
Right.
it's going to get you took down
yeah,
one way or the other.
Right.
So when I'm not
yeah.
doing nothing wrong, you'll see it. I do
That's
my
right.
work. But if
When
it
you
goes
not
so, go
when you
ahead,
not
Terry.
do, when you not doing nothing wrong, man, you good. But you got people that want you off the streets. You know what I'm saying? And that's terrible.
Yeah, yeah,
Especially when they know we just
yeah,
coming off, just coming out the prison. And they
Yeah,
trying to
then
put us
you got
right
to
back
come
in. Your
in.
own people lie on you and
Your own
everything.
people. Your
Yeah.
own people try to take you out and talk down on you, and then all that shit. Then when you reciprocate, it's a problem.
Right.
Why do we
Right.
got to come out
See, I
and
ain't want
even
to.
be brought up?
Down here.
I'm not.
See, I ain't want to bring this up. I ain't want to
I
bring
ain't
this up
going
because I
back.
thought there was some resolution there. But tell me about that shit with Whack
Okay.
100, man. What's
With
going
who,
on?
me? Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you can
Yeah.
bring it up. Shit, I told it to bring up. He ran his
Okay.
mouth and said something about my son on the phone, and I told him fuck his mom. And that's how serious I was. Don't nobody talk about nobody's family. That's crossing the line. And he understood that, and we got that straight. But don't play with me out here in this LA. This ain't where you can talk long distance like you gonna shoot a bomb from Texas or you gonna do nothing. So that's what that was about. Plus, I've always told him I don't like the leverage and your mouth about how you talking, but you can say what you want. Me and him being cool, we all right, because I don't look at the internet. That way I'm cool to talk to anybody. That way I can still be free. We ain't got to talk about what you do. But in that case,
Not touch
you
that.
know, he said something that I wasn't going for.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Well,
Right.
okay. Well, look, fellas, we gonna keep this thing rolling with the three of us sitting there giving our commentary and conversation, talking about recent events, civil rights stuff, relative
Right.
conversation, not just internet hot topics, trending topics, not clickbait type stuff. Let's
Right.
let's make it a point to really get on here and spread some positive messaging, man, from
Yeah,
the East
that's
Coast all the way to the West Coast and anywhere in between. Because I need both of you guys, and both you guys on here is something special because you guys have a lot of in-depth knowledge about the federal prison system, the state prison system, what's going on in the streets, and what we need to do to really activate community
right.
for that unity push that we're talking about. We have artists under our record label or part of our record label that are preaching and pushing positive messages. I'm talking about all the way across the board. And so we need to elevate these guys with our message and what we can do to assist them in every way that we can. And I know with the sway that both of you have
Oh, ain't no doubt.
Across the country, not just in your region, across the country, your words resonate. So I definitely appreciate you guys coming on. And if people don't realize it by now, we all good friends. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we're just having scripted conversations. We have conversations like we have when we on the telephone with one another. So
that's right.
So I appreciate that, man. Any closing words from you, Terry?
Huh?
Any closing words from you, Terry?
I want Melvin to know I'm getting ready to do some stand-up comedy.
Oh, damn.
Oh, you ain't know,
Yeah,
I can
you
clown.
better tell Jay Braswell that I'm getting ready to do some stand-up comedy. He inspired me. You did?
He told me that the other day, man.
Yeah.
Melvin, Terry told me that the
What
other
you
day.
think, man? You think I can do it?
He said, man, I want to do some stand-up comedy, bro. I said, oh.
Hey, man.
But look, I was on mine and I said,
morning, me and Terry wake up every morning for a minute where we'll be laughing 30 minutes where we laugh so hard we got that shit. And the first thing he'd say, don't start that shit. But every morning.
But
That's
Melvin,
my partner right there.
Melvin, check this out though, now. Yeah, but check Melvin, hold up, check this out now. And I try to tell Terry this. There's no way that you can be on stage being the gangsta ass nigga that you are, and the motherfucker started heckling you and this, that, and the other. And he had his going on the line too now. And he said, I said, Terry, you gonna end up
that's part of the game.
the money comes from Charlotte or whatever.
They can
Niggas in the trunk. You know what I'm saying?
No, they ain't. Hey, no, they ain't. See, that's the wrong part. I ain't got a scratch on me. I can take a joke. I can take a lot of things. It's all part. I understand entertainment. If you step your ass on that stage, everybody got an opinion. They tell you don't sit in the front row. So no, I'm all right. I can laugh all day. But it's certain things where you have to let them know that you ain't going for it. You know,
Right.
Well, you just ain't going for it. It is what it is. But
It
as
is what
far
it
as
is.
that, I ain't never had
That's
no where I'm gonna be doing anything. I ain't never had a violent offense against no black. I've been taking robberies, money. I don't get arrested for no murder. I've been talked to, implicated maybe, but never arrested, never handcuffed, nothing but talk. And
Right.
that's how they go. So you think a lot of people think, oh, these gang, no, who gang banging? Who gang banging at 18 years old? But we are who we are. You got
Right.
people that's lifelong Boy Scouts. You got people that's lifelong Masons. You got the people, you got them. You don't say nothing when the mafia is 60, 70 years old. You don't say nothing when Jeff Fort, Larry Hoover and them say they did. You don't say nothing when the Hells Angels say nothing. But boy, y'all the souls say something when they say something, oh, he a Crip or he a Blood. But this is who we are. It don't mean that's who we is.
Right.
It's just who you
Right.
are. That's who I'm affiliated with. I'm a
Right.
Crip. But that don't mean I'm a gang member. I'm just a Crip, a brand. That's it. It is what it is. And out here, that's how to get out here.
Well, congratulations. I heard you got married. So congratulations, my brother.
Who? Who got married?
The owl.
Who?
The owl.
Who? G?
The owl.
Yeah,
got
that
married?
owl right there. You.
Melvin Palmer.
Me?
Yeah.
Nigga, I ain't got married. It become one argument from being homeless. Hell you talking about? Shit. Hell to the no. I ain't even close to that.
Hey, yo. Yeah, yeah, man.
Quit
Hey,
playing,
look,
boy.
man.
Quit playing,
Yeah,
Ted.
man.
You know that'll
Yeah.
get me a heart attack. Quit playing, boy. I'm gonna get you for elderly abuse. Keep on playing. I'm married.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody
Yeah,
that stupid. Hey, Terry, ain't nobody stupid.
What you mean? You ain't gonna get married. You can't never say you ain't gonna get married though, Milk.
Say I ain't gonna get married. I'm just saying right now, and it's a good chance if I get this lawsuit, there'll never be no marriage. I won't need it. I won't need
Yeah.
it. I won't
And
need
look,
Yeah.
for sure. And on that, Terry, Melvin, I appreciate y'all, man, for coming
Ain't no
on.
doubt.
We're gonna have to reschedule. We have to reschedule another date and lock it in.
Right.
But I love y'all, man. I appreciate it, and y'all
All
all
right,
know,
Love
man,
you
it's
too,
about
big
health.
bro. Yeah.
Yes,
Good,
indeed.
good show.
Well,
All right, then.
All
right,
right.
yes,
I'll be
indeed.
in touch.
Well.
I'll be hitting you up. I'm gonna hit
All
you
right,
up, man.
King.
All right.
Right,
No
go.
doubt.
Peace.
Just-
Peace.
You've been locked into another great episode of Primetime Pod. Major salute to our guest. And remember, ain't no time like prime time. This is your main man, Big G, with Industry Talk. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to our network, Primetime Pod. And as always, beautiful people, it's about health, wealth, and wellness.
Primetime Pod. Make sure you check it out.
Hell, why the fuck you think he missing? He say Now I'm not trying to get a little messy with you.
Time is money.
They go